In this video, we are going to discuss two very important aspects of online teaching. These are sometimes overlooked by teachers, and as a result, students lose interest in their courses. The first thing is that you must give your students clear instructions about the course. These instructions should be in the form of a student guide, and we are going to talk about this in a minute. And the second important thing is that you must provide your students the ability to ask questions. Now, you provide this opportunity in the form of virtual office hours. And these are the timings when you are available for questions. Because one of the biggest demotivating thing for the students is that you are not physically present with the students. And demand for certain questions is urgent. So you must have to do something about that. So these are the two important things we are going to discuss in this video. What you should be including in the instructions of online classes and how to manage virtual office hours. And we are starting right after this short break. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel every Tuesday and Friday. And before we talk about what you should put in the instructions and how you can manage virtual office hours, you should understand that the main purpose of all this activity, online teaching, is that our students must learn something. So learning objectives is of prime importance for us. If students don't learn anything, if they don't achieve those learning objectives, then there is no purpose for any online course. Now, first let's talk about instructions. And your virtual office hours should also be included in the instructions. And now, if you are part of an organization, if you are a part of an institute, then your institute must have some student guide. And that guide contains most of the instructions for students. But if you are conducting online classes on their own, then you have to make this student guide for yourself and for your students, of course. And these instructions should be in this student guide. Before we talk about what should be included in an online course instructions, let us see what are various formats of these instructions, how you can put these instructions. Now, this student guide can be in one of three major formats. The first option for you is that you make an instructional video, because video is a very popular format. It has some advantages, and the major advantage is that your students can go back, watch your instructions once again if they need a refresher. The second advantage for you is that if some student asks any question which you have already explained in the video, you can just send them the link of your video. So your student guide can be in the form of an instructional video. The second format which you can use is in the form of a PDF. You can create a PDF and save it somewhere. The third option for you is to create a Google document. And this is the quickest and most efficient way. If you are less on time, you quickly create a Google document, put some instructions there and send the link to your students. And later, when you are more established and all your workflow is set, then you can create a PDF document, a booklet or a video. Now let us see what you should be including in these instructions. So here I have listed 10 important things which you must include in these instructions for your online classes. So I will quickly go through all these points. First is the prerequisites. If there are any prerequisite for students before they attend your course, you should mention this clearly in the instructions. Then what technology they need, what learning management system you are using, whether they need a notebook or a Chromebook, and of course they will need internet. You have to communicate this in your instructions as well. If you are in the developing countries, internet could be a problem for your students. A tablet could be a problem. So what you can do is you can partnership with any other business which can lend this equipment to your students on rent. And you can also arrange some hotspots where students can get some internet if you have to teach online. So you can think about these kind of partnerships. Then for online classes, you must send clear instructions for class login. Some platforms, they have a class code. In some platforms, you only need to create a link which you have to send to your students. They will click on the link and they will enter their password and they will be able to log into your class at a particular time when you are available. Then what and why of learning objectives? If you are in adult teaching, adult only learn when there is a motivation. They know why they are learning this thing and what they are going to learn. So you must put the learning objectives of your course in the instructions. Now there is a third component, what, why and how. The how is that how they are going to learn this. This how is for you. When you are creating course contents, you should understand how they are going to achieve these learning objectives. What activity will do this for them, what assignment will do this part for them, so these kind of things. But what and why must be in the student guide. Then course delivery schedule is very important. Course structure is very important. There are various kinds of course structures. I have made a video about that. In some cases you would prefer a weekly structure where you would say week 1, week 2 and you give assignments based on the same week 1, week 2, and sometimes you might prefer modules, module 1, module 2. So this must also be included in the instructions. Then important deadlines. For example, you can tell your students that you have to submit your weekly assignments by Friday, and then there are some major deadlines, for example tests, exams, midterms, whatever you call it. Then a very important thing is that you should tell your students that they should be respectful and they should also respect the privacy of others, because in an online environment this is also very important that your students realize the importance of this thing. Then you must provide your email contacts, how they can contact you via email. This is the absolute minimum. And the final thing is virtual office hours. And now let's talk about virtual office hours, because this topic needs a little bit more details. Now the first thing you should realize is that if you want your students to achieve the learning objectives of the course, the biggest hurdle for online environments would be the motivation of the students, to keep them motivated, to keep them engaged with your course contents. If you throw a survey to the students, you will immediately notice that their biggest problem is that they have questions they want to ask, but they cannot ask these questions. Even if you are doing a synchronous delivery where you are getting online with the students, because they are smart enough, they understand that when you are taking a lecture, you have a limited time, you have to deliver course contents. So they most of the time prefer to watch the course content instead of asking questions, instead of interrupting you. And the second thing is that some students are hesitant to ask questions. So therefore you need virtual office hours. Now, how to organize virtual office hours? Remember that you have to organize two types of office hours. The first is that there should be some fixed timings at the start of the week or at the end of the week, or if you organize both, 2 hours at the start, 2 hours at the end. And what you do is you set a time when you are available, you schedule a video conference using any software, for example Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet. You schedule a video meeting, then you schedule this meeting on a weekly basis. Many software such as Microsoft Teams allow you to schedule a meeting on a weekly basis, and most of the other software also, they allow you to schedule a weekly video conference. So make a link for a weekly video conference, give it to your students so that they can join you at a particular time for a 1 hour or 2 hour session to ask questions. So this is one type of arrangement of virtual office hours. Now you must have another type of arrangement for virtual office hours. You must also give students an opportunity to ask questions on a one-to-one basis. And these virtual office hours are appointment based timings where you allow students to make an appointment. This can be a 10-minute or 15-minute appointment. And if you are happy for example 1 hour time, so it means that 4 students will be able to ask questions on an individual basis. You can use any application, for example Calendly, and I will make a separate video how you can do this on Calendly software. It is a free application. It also has a paid version, but you can use the free one where you set particular time when you are free. Students will make an appointment, and when they make an appointment, it will be added to your calendar. And if the space is available, if the slot is available, another student will also be able to make an appointment. So these two types of virtual office hours you should organize for your online students. Now, there are benefits for both students and teachers. Student will feel that they are important. They will feel a sense of belonging. They will feel satisfied with your course, and their learning is important and you care about their learning. And you will also get benefit, because when you know what are their issues, what are their problems, then you will become a better teacher. And remember one thing, in online environment, we don't need a lot of teachers. We only need good teachers. So only good teachers will survive here, but the best teachers, they will thrive, because there will only be few best teachers who do all these techniques. They get the feedback from their students, they improve their courses, and they become better teachers. So for example, if you are getting the same question again and again, so you might think of adding an additional video about that topic in your course. So it is a win-win situation. If you manage these virtual office hours, both your students and you will also get benefits. So these were some of the points about these two very important aspects of online classes: how to make a student guide, how to give them instructions, and how to give them opportunity to ask questions. So I hope that you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.